This is Shine Valentine. Back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about short men. And I think I'm going to title this, I'm outside so you might hear some talking. I think I'm going to title this video, let me see, Are Short Men at a Disadvantage in the Dating Scene? I think I'm going to title something like that. So I received an email, and this is from a subscriber, and shout out to him. And he had a question. I'm not going to say his name, but he basically wanted to know, how can short men approach the dating scene? And most importantly, he wanted to know if a short man needs to be in better shape, have better grooming habits. Do he need to smell better, make much more money, be funnier than the average guy? And one good question he had, at what height does it start to become a flaw? And he said that 99% of women, he feels that 99% of women could, if they could create their ideal man, that he would be over 6 feet. And he wanted to know, he wanted to know if a man over 6 feet, let me repeat this. He wants to know that if a guy is under 6 feet, is that a physical flaw? Let's get into that. Let me first off by saying this, and women might disagree with this, but I do not feel like if a guy is under 6 feet that's a flaw. Not at all. Okay. However, I want to let him know, other men know that are short, that some women are very unrealistic when it comes to the height thing with men. Now, I don't know the percentage of men on this planet that are over 6 feet. In my lifetime, I have seen men of all different heights, and I have and men that have approached me have been of different heights. I can honestly say that. Now, I'm 5'8". I normally wear heels, so I'm about 5'10" in my heels. So I'm not short. Okay. And so I would say most men that I encounter just out and about, they're not super taller than me. Like, they're not, like, I honestly can say the average man that I see, I'm just saying regularly, is not like 6 inches taller than me or anything like that. We're kind of up in the same range. Some of them are taller than me, some of them are definitely the same height of me, and some of them are shorter than me. And I've had men of all different heights like me or approach me. And so what I want to say is that what is considered, first of all, short to a woman? Like I said, some women are very unrealistic. Some women can be unrealistic about this. So I do not think that a guy under 6 feet is short. Okay, that is absolutely ridiculous to think someone under 6 feet is short when the female could be maybe 5 feet or 5'3" or 5'5" or 5'8". Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. So I think the average height of a guy is about 5'10"-ish. 5'10", 5'11". So when I put on my heels, it seems like most men are, around my height. And so I have accepted that. Okay, so what I mean by some women can be unrealistic about the height thing. I've known women who are 5. Okay, I have a friend, she's 5'5". When we first became friends and she started talking to me about a guy that she really liked, she bragged about him being 6'6", and I couldn't understand why she needed a guy that was 6'6". If you were 5'5" in heels, the woman might be 5'7". Okay, why, if the guy is 5'10", that's several inches taller than you. If he's 5'11", if he's 6 feet, why does he have to be over 6 feet if you're 5'5"? Okay, I'm 5'8", and I don't even require a guy to be over 6 feet. If he can, okay, when I put on my heels, I'm about 5'10", like with my boyfriend. Okay, I'm 5'8", he's I think 5'11". So basically, if I'm in my flats and he's standing in front of me in his shoes, he's taller than me. But once I put on my heels, we're about, he might be like an inch taller than me, and my hair is kind of tall. So we pretty much look the same height when I put on heels. Okay, and depending on how tall the heels is, I almost can get taller than him, depending on if they're several inches tall. So I'm not as strict on the height thing because I'm not really tall or anything like that, but I'm considered, I guess, taller than average for a woman, a little bit taller than average. I think the average height of a woman is 5'5", somewhere around there. So I'm just a couple inches taller than, I guess, the quote unquote average height of a female. So I have let that go, obsessing about a guy's height and all that. But I want to tell you, men, that it seems to me that women who are shorter actually are more strict on the height thing. The shorter they are, it seems the taller they want the guy. I know I have an auntie that I'm going to say she's between 5 feet and 5'3". The guy that she was madly in love with, that she has one of her kids by, was 7 feet. 7 feet. And she said she was crazy. When I run into a woman who's really short and she's with a super tall guy, when she talks about him, her eyes light up. And I'm just like, okay, some of these women get so obsessed with a guy's height, and the woman is short, and it would make me upset, because me being a taller woman, I'm like, okay, lead the tall men for us. If you're 5'5" or 5'4", 5'3", or 5 feet, why you can't be with a guy that's 5'8"? So if a woman's 5'5", her dating a man my height should be okay. I'm 5'10" in heels, or I'm 5'8", and if I put on heels, I'm 5'10". So if a guy's 5'10" and she's 5'5", that's 5 inches taller than her. But no, they want a man that's over 6 feet. So a woman my height, they taking up the shorter women, taking all the tall men and leaving us tall women with the men who are shorter than us. Now, so what I want to say to men, no, I do not consider being under 6 feet a physical flaw. However, that's me. I am going to tell you that some women can be unrealistic about this height thing, and when they're short, for some reason they want a guy that's like a giant over them. I didn't say all short women, I'm saying some of them. Okay, so because of this, men, do you have to do more as far as being in shape, having better grooming habits, smelling better, making more money than the average height, and be funnier than a guy who's, of average height? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And don't be upset about it, because look, everybody on this planet is not going to be everybody's type. Okay. And so no matter if you're male or female, you might have to adjust things to get what you want. So let's look at Kevin Hart. Okay, let's look at Kevin Hart. His first wife was around the same height. His second wife is taller than him, but he has a lot of money. Okay, so even before he had a lot of money, though, you see the woman he's with, she was around the same height. So this is the first thing I would tell a guy who's considered short. First of all, you might say, what is considered short? Anything under 6 feet? I don't think anything under 6 feet is short, but some women are unrealistic about this. I would say, to me, anything under 5'5" is short. If a guy's under 5'5", he'd be considered short. Some women might say definitely under 5'8", anything under 5'8". So I think women who are a little bit more realistic, definitely under 5'5", that's considered short. 5'8" and up, probably most women would say probably 5'10" and up. He's considered on the taller side, not super tall, but just a decent height. And I would say short to me is short. Like, for a man, short is 5 feet to me. 5'3", 5'4". I mean, that's short. And this is the thing. What's wrong with being short, though? That's what I'm trying to say, is that, okay, let's say Kevin Hart, for example. If you're a short guy, and I don't know how tall Kevin Hart is. Is he like 5'4" or something, or shorter? He got what his wife was, either his height or maybe an inch taller, his first wife. Just get a woman that's shorter than you. I just would advise for short men, stop going after women that are taller than you. Now, I understand if you're short, you might run into a lot of women that are taller than you, but let's look at Hispanic men. Most Hispanic men that I run into, they are short, and their women are short, and they women seem to like them very much. The city I'm in, it's a lot of Hispanics, and the Hispanic men and Hispanic women love each other to death, and they both are short. And a lot of times when I see them, they're like the same height. Okay, now, if you were a black guy that wrote this, you might say, well, black women are different. The reason why some black women can be a little bit different with this, because black people, in my opinion, are taller. Some of us are taller than, let's say, the Hispanics. And even though there are some taller Hispanic men, the Hispanic men that I see are more on the shorter side, and their women are short, so they kind of go together. So I would just tell a short guy, go for women that's shorter than you. Don't go for women that are taller than you. Try your best to find a woman who is shorter than you. But as we know, some women can be very unrealistic about this, and I don't know why a woman wants a dude to be 10 inches taller than them. Now, let's jump into why women like a guy that's taller than them. It's the same reason why most men like a woman that's shorter than them. Now, some men might like a woman who's taller because she comes off like a model, but most men don't care about that model stuff. The average guy I run into don't really care about that. Most men, some men, I think, really want a woman that's shorter than them. It makes them feel manly if he's bigger and taller than her. And it's saying the reverse for women. Women like for a guy, I ain't gonna say all women, but it's a decent amount of women that like for a guy to be taller than her. It makes her feel like a woman. It makes her feel like he can protect her. And yeah, it can actually be intimidating for a woman if a guy is a lot taller and bigger than her. But she likes that though. It's exciting. Like, oh my God. Like, on one hand, if he walks up on her, she's like, oh my God, he could hurt me. But it's the other side, like, oh, he could pick me up and protect me. And it is a huge turn on. So you might say, oh, I'm short, I'm at a disadvantage. No, you can still, it's a feeling that a man creates when he's taller and bigger than women. So you just find a woman that's smaller than you and shorter than you, and it will still have that effect over her. Yeah, she might see men who are taller than her, but she might see men that are taller than you. That's what I'm trying to say. However, if a woman's short, this is what I don't get about some women. If a woman's short, damn near every dude damn near is taller than her. If she's 5 feet and a dude is 5'4", that's still 4 inches taller than her. But yet, if she's 5 feet, some women, she'll want to give a dude that's 6 feet. When you can get a guy that's 5'4", 5'5", and he's still several inches taller than you supposed to lead the dudes over 6 feet. For the women, it's a couple women out here that are 6 feet. I know a lady, she's 5'10", and if she's in heels, she's very close to 6 feet. So who is she gonna date? It seems like all the real short women, they want the super tall dudes, and I don't get it. So for short men, I understand, because I'm on the other spectrum. I'm considered kind of tall for a woman, so I get where you're coming from. And no, I don't feel like it's not fair. I feel it's fair if, okay, being a short guy, is nothing wrong with that. It's just that I feel some of the women who are shorter than you still want men who are over, like you said, over 6 feet. And I don't get that. Okay. But I will still say, I see Hispanic couples all the time where the guy is not that much taller than a woman and he's short himself. So go after women who are shorter than you. Okay, who is shorter than you and petite, so you can create that feeling in her where she feels, oh, like overpowered and like protected, and you're like this warrior or whatever. Okay, and like you said, yeah, you do need to smell better, be in better shape, have more money, be funnier than the average guy. Yeah, because women tend to like men who are a lot taller than them. Okay, so it's not that you have a flaw, it's just that it can possibly work in your it's something that can work against you. If you are going after women who definitely are taller than you, it's going to work against you. So if you're going after women who are 4 or 5 inches taller than you, why would she go for you? She can get a guy that's taller than her because she wants a man that's taller than her. So you need to go for women that are shorter than you. However, when I was in high school, okay, let me even talk about high school because we're all adults now. So high school dynamics is different, but okay, I mentioned Kevin Hart, and I want to mention the lady from Escape, Candy. So her husband is named Todd, and they are on Atlanta Housewives or whatever it's called, and Housewives of Atlanta. And she's crazy about him, and they're like the same height. She's short and he's short too. Okay, now this is the thing about being a short guy. You have what goes in your favor too is if you have a handsome face and a nice physique. And so Todd, in my opinion, he's a handsome guy, nice physique, and I think he's just like maybe a little bit taller than Candy. I don't think he's that much taller than her, and they look cute as a button together. And she's crazy, and when I say crazy, she's crazy about him. Okay, I have known men in high school, I remember. Now, like I said, high school's a different dynamic because some women aren't really dating for money in high school and looking for a husband. And when I say dating for money, looking for a provider, that's what I mean, dating for money, where they looking for a guy that's going to provide for them and their children. They're in high school. They're just looking for a basic boyfriend, right? So money is not really that much of a factor with dating guys in high school as much. Some girls were looking for guys who had money, can help them out financially, but in high school, it was a mixed bag. So the girls was kind of just going for guys they thought was cute or whatever. So I knew a couple dudes that were short. They were short. And when I say short, they were 5'5". That's considered short to women, 5'5". And one of the guys was black. Well, they all were black, but one of the guys, okay, like I said, he was black, and one of his girlfriends he had at one time was Hispanic. He was crazy about her. She was very short and very petite. I remember seeing him in the hallway with her lifting her up around her waist. And even though he was short, a short guy, she was even smaller than him, so he felt like being with her, he can overpower her. And they look cute together because she was so little and petite, and he was short, but he still was bigger than her. That's what you want to go for, women that are short and petite, but you are bigger than them. Okay, it was another guy, a lot of girls liked him. He was a black guy, a lot of girls liked him. And the girls that talked to him, I know one definitely, she was taller than him, and the other one, she was taller than him. And then the other one I just mentioned that was with the Hispanic girl, he ended up dating a black girl too, and she was taller than him. So I don't want men to think their height is just, okay, they're doomed and all. No. Okay, people usually date people of different heights and sizes anyway. Okay, you're not doomed or anything. It's just that, yeah, number one, so what would I say focus more on if you're a short guy? Okay, focus on going after women who are shorter and smaller than you. Hone in on those women that are taller than you and all that. I wouldn't even buy, like, you can go after them, but don't expect much. Okay, if you're going after a woman who's 5'8" and you're 5'3", how are you going to compete when a guy that comes up to her that is 6 feet? She's 5, so a woman my height, if you're 5'3" and you're trying to talk to me and I'm 5'8", what would make me pick you over the dude that's 6 feet? Okay, okay, he's taller than me. I feel I can look up to him. He can put me in his arms. He can lift me up. You see what I'm saying? With you can't do that. Lift a woman that's 5'8" up when you're 5'3". Okay, you need to go after a woman that's 5 feet. Okay, and you can kind of, be bigger over her, and she can feel protected, like you're overpowering her. Okay, so like I said, focus on going after women that is more in your league, and so in your league will be a woman who's shorter and more petite than you. Also, keep your skin looking good, facial hair, smell good, dress good, and keep your body up. Don't be short and overweight and all that. No. Keep your, I'm gonna repeat this again. I mean, look at Kevin Hart. He works out regularly. He got a nice little body, whatever. But yeah, like I said, go out the women who's in your league that are shorter than you and smaller than you, so she can feel like, okay, even though you might not be the tallest guy, and she see men that are taller than you, you're still taller than her. So she can still get that feeling she gets when she's looking at a guy that's bigger than her, because you're still bigger and taller than her. Okay, so go after those kind of women. Also, yeah, smell good all the time. You got to put a little more effort into it. And I want to talk about something really big. Your personality is very important. I know a guy who's 5'5", and that's considered short to most women. This guy got a house. He just bought a new truck. He's done all this stuff and cannot get a girlfriend because he doesn't go out. He doesn't talk. He likes to play video games all day, and that's it. He doesn't have a personality. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you don't take anything else from this, get a personality, because I have seen men who are short with tall women all because the guy was funny. I'm not making this up. Look at Kevin Hart got money too now, but I'm just saying, I'm not making this up. I have seen men who were short with tall women, and when you look, you're like, well, what's she seeing him? And then he opens his mouth. Guys, you have to work on your personality. Okay, personality, and yeah, your income. Like, men think just, okay, if I have a lot of money, then I cannot work on my personality. If I work on my personality, then I can't work on my income. No, you cannot afford to. When you are dealing with something where, okay, you're a short guy, and some women can be very unrealistic with the height thing. Even women who are shorter than you will still sometimes look past you for a guy who's even taller than you. When you're doing this type of situation, you gotta put you gotta have as many pluses on your side as possible. So anything that you can improve, think about it. Anything that you can improve to make yourself stand out over the next guy, you have to do that. That goes for women too. Okay, we all have to do that. Okay, and it's not about complaining about. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Let's throw women in this, okay? I've noticed that men like to age shame women. When they get if they're 40, they don't want to be, some men, don't want to be with a 40-year-old woman. They might want to get them a 25-year-old woman. Okay, so if I'm a 40-year-old woman, am I going to complain about it, or if I'm going to work within the system? So if I know that men like younger women, if I'm 40, I'm going to go for a guy that's maybe 55 or something. Okay. if I want to work around a system, I can complain about it. I can complain about it. I can be upset about it, but it's not going to change it. You can't change how people think. Okay. The people are going to go after what they want to go after. I just say put yourself in a better position to get what you want. So if you want something, put yourself in a better position. Are there short men that's with tall women? Yes. Okay. But however, no, women ideal dude is not a dude that's shorter than her. Just like your ideal woman is not a woman who's tall and bigger than you. I've never heard a man say he want a tall and big woman. Most men I know, I remember one of my friends, he's 5'5", and my boyfriend asked him, do you like tall women? He said, oh hell no. Men don't like, most men don't like women that are taller than them and bigger than them, because they don't make them feel like a man. They like to be taller and bigger than a woman to make them feel like a man and feel like they're, that they can protect her and they're overpowering her. Just like women like a guy who is bigger and taller than her. My only issue with some women is that, okay, if the dude is 4 inches taller than you, that should be good enough. Why are you 5 feet and you want to do that 7 feet? Like, god damn, that's just, jeez. They take it a little bit too far. Okay, so yeah. Want to reiterate, go after women who are shorter and smaller than you. Make sure you improve everything that you can. Work on your personality, whether that's talking more, being funny, or if you're not the funny type, talk. Be charming, be engaging, be flirty. Okay, listen to her, engage in her. Women love to talk and listen and talk and listen. They like a man who likes to conversate. If that's your sore spot, you need to work on that. Okay, work on your money, work on your income. Okay, because I know a guy who has worked on his income, but his personality is so dry that he's short and he don't have no personality, but he has a decent amount of money, but he only has 1 out of 3 things working for him. Women usually go after a guy who they like how he looks, they like his personality, and they like his income. Okay, 3 things. You got to have at least 2 out of the 3. Okay, you got to have at least 2 out of the 3. You can't have 1 out of the 3. Okay, so if your looks, if you feel like being a short guy is a disadvantage, so okay then. Cross that off. Okay, so you need to make sure your personality is on point and your money's on point, and still work on your looks. Don't say, oh, I'm short, so screw it. Don't use that as an excuse, because I've known men who were short and a lot of women liked them. Okay, and one of the things I've seen, the reason why the women liked the dude was his personality, and he still was cute. He still was cute and he had a personality, and the women they were all over these dudes. Okay, so we're not going to use being short as an excuse, because then I can come back and say, oh, I'm a tall woman, so I can't. All the shorter women are taking all the tall dudes, and because some real tall men don't like women my height. I remember my auntie. She, like I said, she's like 5 feet to 5'3", and a dude, one of her kids' father is like 7 feet, and he told another woman I know that he said, man like me that's tall like me, I wouldn't want a woman that's your height. And that other woman was my height, 5'8". He said, I like a real little short little woman, like my auntie. Okay, so mind you, everyone, if I'm 5'8", 5'10" in heels, you would think a guy 7 feet, he's still a lot freaking taller than me. But no, they want a woman that comes to like their kneecap. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, so I could sit here and complain about that too. I've accepted that I'm kind of tall as a woman, so I don't expect the guy to be that much taller than me. If he's 1 inch or 2, I'm okay with that. I'm not even tripping about it. And if I'm a little bit taller than him, I don't care about that either. I don't care no more. I'm not stressing over it. But every woman isn't like me. Okay, I'm not going to complain about it and boohoo and cry about being kind of tall. I'm not going to do that. So don't you do it either, men. If you're short, don't do it either. You're not at a disadvantage. Like, everybody's not going to like you because you're short. So what? Okay, just go out the woman that's shorter than you. Work on your income. Work on your personality. Like I said, make sure you work on your body. Keep it fit. Smell good. Have a personality so you can get yourself out there, because she might see you that you're short, and it might at first, not do it for her, but she might think you cute. If you go up and talk to her, you fun, you're engaging, you smell good, your body's looking good, and you got decent amount of money coming in, you're in there. Okay.